Today I'm saying that today I'm saying that what single copy of your DLL is stored at GAC, that's called GAC, Global Assembly Cache. So now we need to see how that public assembly is created for your okay. Now coming to this public assembly, how you create it. Already existing application only I'll convert. Existing application I'll convert. How do you convert? What is the process we have? So first, for shared assembly or public assembly, it is compulsory to create strong name. You have to create what? Strong name. Okay. And how do you create strong name? And what is strong name? We'll discuss. Strong name always will have assembly name, version, public or private key, plus something called culture. Four things you'll have: assembly name, version, key, culture. So let's see what it means. Do we have all those things available for your creation of strong name or not? How to create? Go to Solution Explorer. Right click on Class Library 1 project. Then you go to Properties. After going to Properties, here you have here signing. What's the option you have? Signing. Okay, signing. And the moment you click on signing, here you find one checkbox. Sign the assembly, and here you have choose a strong name key file. Check this box. Here, drop down list, click on new. Yes. What is it asking now? What is it asking? What it needs now? So it is confirming for key file name. So any name is fine. I'll call this as test.snk. Strong name key. Strong name key. Okay. Password and all I don't want. Here key if it is asking, even on I don't need. It's not real time project and all. It's normal for demonstration. So definitely I don't want those things available now. I'm not looking for that. Okay. What else? What else you need? Just click on OK. We have created strong name, and remember the name. What I gave is test.snk. Okay. And now what to do is Close this one. Yes, strong name is created. Now you have to link this strong name to your file. You have to check this. What you have to check here? Go to Solution Explorer. First, go to class file, that assembly, save, and even build this project. Otherwise, it will not be associated. Build class library 1. Okay. After this, what to do? Once compilation is done, we'll see. Yeah, successfully compiled. Now you want to see whether it is associated or not. Go to Solution Explorer. Okay. Where do you check? Where do you check now? Here. Expand references. Class library 1. Right click. Properties. Here you can find strong name true. If I would not have compiled this class library, it would not have shown us as true here. It would have been provided strong name as false. Strong name as a false. Right? Now what to do? Make this local. I don't want local copy. Make it false. Two things you notice here. We made copy local as false and we made strong name as true. Okay, strong name as true. Now done. You're done with all the specification. What else you need now? Now you have to deploy this assembly into GAT. Deploy this assembly into what? GAT. Now how to deploy this assembly into GAT? So close this application. Not needed. I don't know. We require to run again now, so we don't close that. Minimize this. Now open developer command prompt. Start developer command prompt. For VS 2017. Run as administrator. Click on yes. Yeah. Now we got this prompt. You have to go to that location where that DLL is available. CD CS batch 6 p.m. CD demo on assemblies slash class library one slash bin slash debug. Yes, you have your DLL here. Class library one dot DLL. Right? So you have your DLL file here. And what you have to do? You have to execute this now. So in order to make this assembly move to GAC, Global Assembly Cache, you call GAC. For that I should write GAC util hyphen I. GAC util is application. It's exe file. It's an API. GAC util. Then hyphen I. Hyphen I means install. Hyphen I is install. Install. And then file name. What is that file name? Class library one.dll. If everything is successful, then you find a message that so and so application is added to GAC. Enter. Assembly successfully added to cache. Where do you check this? Okay, check now. Go to my computer, this PC, then C drive, then Windows, Microsoft.NET, open this folder. In that assembly, GAC MSIL, class library 1. So, okay, some other batches things are also available in it. We'll focus of our, date and time. This is today's date and time. These are of other batches. Just double click on it. Class library 1.dll. So where is this DLL now? It is in cache. Global Assembly Cache. GAC you call GAC. Now when I run my program, already I made available. Go for it. Execute the code. Now local copy will not be available. Local copy will not be available. Same output will come. Same output. But how to justify that there is no this one in local copy C drive? CS batch 6 PM. In that demo on assembly, in that class, console application 1, bin, debug, no DLL. Yesterday there was a DLL. Today we don't find. That's you want to remove also? You want to remove also? Yes. To remove, I should say gak util -u. I don't feel that you should give any extension. Okay, we'll try one. Gak util -u uninstall, and then I should say class library. Yes. Okay. Now we will see whether it is uninstalled or not. Go to this PC drive, Windows, Microsoft.NET, Assembly, GAC-MSIL. You don't find that folder called what? Class library. Earlier it was there here. And that too class library was available for 4 times in my folder. 4 times. I just said that based on date and time will identify because they are created of different batches of .NET of my session. So I just simply remove. How do you uninstall? Just simply you should say gak util -i and what? What? Only class library name. You should not give .dll. Just name is enough. And go there. You don't have. Rather, it has removed all class library, DLLs whichever have been made available in that folder. All have been uninstalled. That is the way how you going to uninstall from GAC. Okay. Now, whatever we have discussed till now, we'll try to come up with those things through one picture as we have come up yesterday with private assembly. Same thing I copy, file new, paste here, and we'll make updations in this picture. Now we are not talking about, now we are not talking about private. We are talking about public assembly. Question is, what is public assembly? Right? What is public assembly, you said? What is the definition I said? An assembly whose single copy is deployed in global assembly cache, GAC, and it is shared by many applications by many applications running on that machine. Running on that machine. That's an answer. Now, interesting part of this total concept is two things. Two things. What are they? Fine. One is this word is very much important. Single copy. And it is deployed in GAC. That is another interesting thing. And then that application will be shared. Another important thing. All important points in that we covered. Shared assembly. Now, first, this part I have to remove. This is not private now. Remove this. Remove this. Remove this DL. Remove this DL. Save. Now we have a special location now. Let me put that location. That location is somewhere here. We have a special location. And this location is GAC. This location is GAC, Global Assembly Cache. Global Assembly Cache. Okay. So we'll put this GAC here. Somewhere here else. Yes, GAC. And what will happen in this GAC? What happened in this GAC now? What is the story happened now? What is that you're looking for in this gap? Now, simple conclusion of this GAC is we deployed this, what do you call, DLL. We deployed this what? DLL. Okay, into where? GAC. So here finally, you can say here, class library 1.dll. Yes, we deployed it. Class library 1.dll. Okay, we deployed it. From where did you deploy? Obviously, from the original location. From here. What did you do for this? We used gacutil.exe. Gacutil.exe. That is our API. We have used API. This API we have used, and we have installed this DLL into GAC. Now what do we do is this class library 1 will be used in this application. And even that same DLL will be available even for the second application also. So the same DLL is now available even here also. Console app2.js. exe. Yes. What did you do? We have used now DLL. So now simple conclusion, no local copy. Rather we have used now. No local copy, but what did you use? We have used the DLL in all your applications. We have used in this application. We have used even in this application. That's it. That is what we have done by using the concept of what? Public assembly. Whatever we demonstrated now, the same thing I have mentioned it through architecture. Right? Okay. Second thing. Now there is something called satellite assembly we have. Satellite assembly. What do we do in satellite assembly is, here you can say satellite assembly means a resource only assembly. It means a DLL will contain only resource file. A DLL will contain only what? Resource file. .resx file. And it doesn't have any code. It doesn't have any sort of logic. Nothing you have in it. Only resource file you have. So a file that is containing a resource file, an assembly containing a resource file. Okay. So it is called what? Satellite assembly. Simple. You have to create one class library. In that you have to create a resource file. And in that resource file, whenever it is containing, it is called satellite assembly. That's it. Nothing. Oh. Now we will go little further and we'll understand next part of this. Now, open new project again. Now we are going to talk on namespaces. What are called namespace? Class library. Change the location to our folder cs bash pc c drive cs bash select folder. I'll change this demo on namespaces NSPF and class library 1. Click on OK. Right now, remove all this. So now in this example, we'll focus on what is namespace, what it contains, and important part is how a namespace is created in real time, and then we'll see how do we make use of access modifiers. How do we make use of what? Access modifier. Three things. Okay. Fine. First point. Namespace you can refer according to OS as folder. OS. In operating system it is folder, nothing but a project. And the same namespace in programming, it is a collection of elements. It's collection of elements, classes, interfaces, enum structures, delegates, and all that stuff. Those things will be available under what? Namespace. This is not the way you provide namespace in real time. Always it will be like this. You say namespace created in this way. First we say domain type com dot company name Infosys dot namespace class library 1. It means this is a library or DLL designed by Infosys employees. If you have one more namespace to be created, again I can say namespace. You can say like this unv dot unv dot uh, uh, Usmania dot class library 1. Now with this you come to a conclusion that this DLL has been designed by students of Usmania University, DLL. So like this we are going to name our what? Namespaces. This is the technique we follow, like namespaces in this way. Okay. For practice purpose, we are giving just a name, but real time, this is the technique we follow. So anyway, class library. Okay. Now what I will do, here already you find that by default there is a class added by name. What now? Class 1 by default. It's added. By name, class 1. Inside this class 1, inside this class 1, what I will do, I'll put one method. Public void show console.writeLine from show of class 1 in class library 1. Yes, this is the message. This is a message. Save this. Now what I'll do, I'll add one more class also. But this time I don't write public. I simply create a class called class 2. And here also I'll write public void display console.writeLine from display of class 2 in class library 1. Interesting thing of this coding is class 1 automatically it is created. I only added a method and it was created with public access modifier. Class 2 we created and I wantedly skipped access modifier for it. I didn't write public. When you don't write any access modifier, then by default it is internal, not private. By default it is internal, not private. It is internal. Now we need to see what is the difference between public and internal. So that you can see in this way. But already two things I added. Now we have to see a difference of what is public class and what is internal class. What is public class and what is internal class. Okay, now to see the difference, we have to make these all changes first. First rule, you cannot run DLL. Add executable project. Right click on the solution, then add, then new project. Continue with whatever the name we have. Console app 1. Done. add. Oh, same unnecessary code and all you remove. These all are unnecessary at this stage. You need to make this class method as public. Even not needed, even if you make also no problem. Okay, make. And then rule is in this console application one project, you have to give a reference of class library one. Before giving a reference, rule is it should be compiled. Yes, compiled. Then after compilation, after compilation, now what you have to do, go to Solution Explorer, right click on the project, that is executable project, then say add, then reference, then browse, and after that go to C drive, then CS back PM, demo on namespaces in that class library one, bin debug DLL, and okay, done. Added class library. And third rule, make console application one as startup project. Set as startup project. Already program.cs is added. Now there are two classes in it. First write namespace, class library one, dot. It will show only class one. It is not showing class 2. It is not showing class 2, it's showing only what? Class 1. Okay, so now important thing is when you say class library 1 dot class 1, it means only public classes are going to work outside the assembly. Only public classes are going to work outside the assembly, not internal classes. It means difference between public and internal is public works within and outside class library, that is DLL, whereas public works within and outside class library, that is DLL, whereas internal works only within class library or within what? DLL, within assembly. Internal works within assembly, public works within and outside the assembly. That makes a difference. So class 1, then you can say C1 equal to new class library 1 dot class 1 constructor C1 dot show. Yes. But here display should also be executed, right? Display. So to make display work, I have to use class 2. I have to create instance of what? Class 2. So only then it is going to work. So where do you create? In class 1 you create now. Class 2. C2, new class 2 constructor, C2 dot display. That's over. Run the code. First main will work. Main will call C1 and C1 will call C2. Why it is in, acha, we have to compile. After making changes, I didn't compile now. Compile this code. Successful. Yes. You want to get even information about main also? Right here. Console.writeLine in main. After this, I'll write console.writeLine end of main. Save. Yeah. Class 1.cs, program.cs. Now compile, execute the code. Yes, that's it. So here what is highlighted is what is the difference we notice when we create elements with the public access modifier and with the no access modifier. The difference is when it is not provided by any access modifier, so default it becomes internal. Default it becomes internal. And when it becomes internal, the scope of internal is it is going to work only within the assembly. It doesn't work outside the assembly. Internal. So only two access modifiers are allowed. Only two access modifiers are allowed when you.
आवाज तो नहीं जाती ना वहाँ पे।